Get underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the mics are for the cameras. Thank you. So for anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Tino Farah. I'm the media lead here for the tournament. And before we get too far underway, we're just going to do a quick land acknowledgement to get things started. In the spirit of unity and healing, we gather to support the 4 represented teams in the sacred game of lacrosse. Tonight, we acknowledge that we are on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coquitlam First Nation. We recognize the deep connection of the Coquitlam people to this land, its waters, and all that is above and below. Let us also commit to honoring the ongoing process of reconciliation with Indigenous communities. Let us strive to learn from the wisdom and resilience of the Coquitlam First Nation and support their efforts to uphold their culture and stewardship of the land. We express our gratitude to the Coquitlam people and all Indigenous communities for sharing their knowledge with us. May the game of lacrosse be a reminder of the strength found in diversity and the importance of standing in solidarity with the Coquitlam people. All right, so we have a welcome to the Minto Cup, everybody. We have a few people we'd like to introduce before we get to the team representatives and questions and all that. A few of them are going to share some words. So to kick things off, I would like to introduce the mayor of Coquitlam, Richard Stewart, to come up and say hello. So the mayor is not here, apparently. Wonderful.
Mayor is not there at the moment, runs both for councilors here.
All right, absolutely. Let's get him up here. Okay, so instead of the mayor, we will get some counselors here, Brett Asmundsen and Robert Mazzarolo.
Craig Hodge.
That's Craig Hodge.
It's okay. That's okay. I'm not Robert Mazzarolo or Mayor Stewart, but I'm Craig Hodge, City Council of Coquitlam. I just want to again welcome everybody here. It's really exciting to be able to have the event here in Coquitlam. I'm looking forward to coming out to see some of the games. I know Mayor Stewart is probably on his way. He's had a busy day, a number of events today, so I know he'll be here shortly. And again, I just want to say thanks for inviting us here, and we look forward to the tournament.
No, it's great to have the Minto Cup back here in Coquitlam and the Adanacs. We expect good things from you guys again. You have a great organization, and it's the triumph of the organization, all the volunteers, from all of you guys to help put this on. It takes a lot of people, the organization, to make the Minto Cup work. And I want to thank all the volunteers, the parents, and everybody involved to make this happen. And let's have a good time. Let's be sportsmen and enjoy the tournament. But very proud to have it back in Coquitlam. Thank you, guys.
All right, next on the list, we are going to bring up the tournament convener, Ron McQuarrie of Lacrosse Canada.
Thanks, Tino. That's probably the only time I'm going to get applause in the next week, so no throwing of buttons at this point. So, on behalf of Lacrosse Canada, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2024 Minto Cup here in Coquitlam. I'd like to thank BCLA, the BC Junior A League, and particularly Coquitlam Lacrosse for hosting this awesome event. Gord, Garrett, your whole team of volunteers have already done such a fantastic job that I know this is going to be a great success. I'd like to thank and congratulate the game officials who've earned their way to this event as well. Most importantly, I'd like to congratulate all 4 teams for a well-deserved earning their way to participating in the 2024 Minto Cup. Junior A lacrosse is the fastest game. I think it's faster than the Senior A game, and we're going to see some absolutely fantastic lacrosse. So congratulations to Orangeville, to Okotoks, to Coquitlam, and to Port Coquitlam. We're going to see some tremendous lacrosse, and we're going to see a lot of you athletes in the future in the WLA, in the MSL, and NLL, and hopefully 2028, 2032 in Olympic Games. So congratulations to all the teams and welcome, and we'll have a great week. Thanks.
2 applause. All right, next up, we're going to bring up the president of the BCLA, Jerry Van Beek.
Well, welcome everybody to the 2024 Minto Cup. BCLA is really proud of our 2 representatives. They will represent BC lacrosse very well. Welcome to the Orangeville Northmen and the Okotoks Raiders. A lot of familiar faces there. This is going to be a fantastic week of lacrosse, and I hope people come out and watch it because it's the best lacrosse that we're going to see on the West Coast this year. Thanks.
All right, also in attendance, not going to be coming up to speak here, though, we have the Commissioner of the BC Junior A League, Dirk Ratchfall, the Deputy Commissioner of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, Bob Cleveley, and the President of the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, Dwayne Bratt, would be here, but unfortunately due to a delayed flight, he'll be here later or tomorrow morning, if anybody wants to say hello to him. But we're going to get into the individual teams here. So before we get to the questions period, I'm basically just going to invite, we're going to go team by team here. I'll invite the general managers of each team to come up here, say a couple words, and then introduce who they're going to have here to answer some questions. So Nick Rose, we're going to start off with Orangeville. Just come up, say a couple words, and then introduce your team representatives.
Just to the card?
Yeah.
That's, hey, Doug. Okay, just on behalf of the Northmen, super appreciative of everybody's hard work that goes into a tournament like this. Real excited to be out here for the Minto Cup. In my opinion, probably the best and hardest trophy to win in lacrosse. So for us to have a chance to compete for, we're super excited. Here representing the Northmen as far as players go are Captain Jane Ciapera, Assistant Captain Trey Deere, and our goaltender Connor O'Toole, and head coach Rusty Kruger.
You all wrapped it up?
I suppose.
I see you guys come with these name phones.
Maybe.
If anybody wants to ask a question, now's the
Connor, what's it like playing at this level in junior lacrosse?
It's really cool. I think we're looking to compete here, and best on best is obviously what you want to be doing at this time of year. You want to give yourself the best chance to win, and I think we've done that. We put ourselves in a good position through our play in Ontario, and looking really forward to the tournament.
This is for Connor as well. Kind of first real taste of playoff cross, and then going all the way to the middle about what that like. So if you experiencing some of these things there for the first time.
Yeah, learning on the flies, I'm going to say it's a bit of a challenge. Like you're playing in series and stuff like that you've never done before. But it's been really fun. Like the guys around me have picked me up when I've been down, and I think we've come together at the right time and are looking forward to getting the tournament going and showing what we can do.
Jen, tell me what it means to wear the C in Orangeville. With the guys before you that have pretty storied franchises, it means a lot to wear that on your jersey. Tell me what it means to you.
Absolutely. The number 4 goes back really far in Coquitlam lacrosse, and when I was asked to wear that number, it was an immediate yes, and it's been an honor to wear that number.
And how about the captaincy?
I mean, I like looking at it as it's a whole team full of leaders, but I mean, it's a pleasure to wear the C, and I see our whole team as one big leadership group.
Trey, you guys have one of the deepest offenses in this tournament. What makes you guys so dangerous?
I think that we just play unselfish lacrosse. You know, we celebrate each other. Doesn't matter who scores, doesn't matter who passes the ball, doesn't matter the points. At the end of the day, it's the Orangeville Northmen versus the world. So, I get asked this question a lot. Obviously Joey's a great player, and I've got to know him over the last 2 years pretty well. Pretty much lived with him the last 2 years, and it's just playing with one of your best friends. There's no words to describe that.
This is for Jaden, obviously. Folks know the story last year on Theater, and then how you guys wanted it to. How?
Yeah, I mean, it was good going undefeated, but I think it was kind of a bit of a wake up call when we got our first loss. So I think, coming through this year, every team's going to lose. It happens. So, kind of just rolling with the loss and just learning from it. I think it was really important to kind of learn those lessons coming through. So,
And then finally, just going 7 games.
yeah, so I mean, coming up short last year, our main goal was to obviously make it to Minto Cup, and to get there, you have to go through quite a tough series in Ontario. So I mean, we were hoping to get it done a little earlier, but I mean, 7 games. I mean, more lacrosse is better. So
It's been Connor, tell me, I mean, this is a place that your dad plays in senior lacrosse for every time, but I want to know what's going to be like playing against your Vancouver Warrior teammate, Braden Lady. What have you told your guys about him and what they can expect?
Yeah, obviously Braden's a great player. Spent a lot of time with him this year in training camp and when I was out at practices and stuff like that. So he's a great player. I think we have the tools to capitalize. We're not just one player, and obviously Port Coquitlam's not one player either. It's going to be 2 teams playing against each other, and I think the teams just got to come together and be the best we can in order to win.
What for?
All right, there's we a last call for questions here. Otherwise, as we're good to go.
Good. All right.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll move along to the Raiders now. So I'll invite Andrew McBride up to come say hello, and then also if you could introduce your team representatives, that'd be wonderful. So Andrew McBride.
But thank you anymore.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here again. Thanks to the city of Coquitlam, the BCLA, and the Adanacs for hosting. Spectacular to see the 2 premier franchises in Canada, and the Northmen and Coquitlam, and Poco, who's representing their city and town for the first time, which is an awesome achievement. Best lacrosse in the world, hardest championship to win. Guys competing at the level, that's all really you can ask for. One thing, no Okotoks anymore. We're the Raiders lacrosse club for the 50th time, so we'll just put that out in the media, and we can drill that out there a few more times. So looking forward to a great tournament. It's going to be exciting. I'll introduce our head coach, Mitch Bannister, Captain Colt Sabard, and 2 assistants, Carson Mann and Josh Goodman. Thanks.
I was wondering what's the most the support terms fans members who's actually we guys had it with those yeah pretty. Carson, you guys are probably the youngest team at this tournament, and we do one of the most inexperienced. What does it mean for you to be on this stage when you picked your team to win?
obviously, we've been a young team all year, so we've overcome that challenge to get here already, and I think we can just continue this at this week and at the highest level, and then gain that experience for years to come.
How about your job manager? 2010, this is the last time you guys were here, and it's funny, there's 3 teams from that 2010 tournament. You guys are one of them. What have they told you about that? What's the experience going to be like playing here at Coquitlam?
You know, it's actually not my first time here in Coquitlam either. I was here for the 2019 Midget Box Nationals, and it's a special place to be. I mean, that Jumbotron's pretty sweet, and, you know, it's just going to be really special. I heard we got a sold-out game for Saturday night, so, you know, it's just a really restored place to be.
Just for you as well. How was the road trip getting out here?
Yeah, it was a bit of a trek. We stopped in Sycamoose and hopped in the lake, so that was a good time. A lot of sleeping, and the subs were pretty good from Subway.
And Dublin. Josh, much like Orangeville, you guys won 7 games in your RML final. What did that teach you about your team and the ability to come back being down?
I think being young helps us a lot. They can just bounce in and out of a lineup. They're young. They're not old like us. The Thiers here, me and Savvy, we're old. So I think having young guys is nice. They give us the youth that we need to keep going, and 7 games we showed.
Cole, I'll ask you, what, for fans and maybe the other teams here, I don't know how much you want to give away, but what can, the other people watching this Minto Cup expect? What kind of team are you? Where's your strengths? And what kind of style of lacrosse do you like to play?
You know, speaking from that youth, I think we like to play very fast. We're a very fast-paced team. We're aggressive, and I think we just like to use that youth that we have to push teams to play the fastest we can.
And then one more for Carson, just obviously quick turnaround, game 7, game Sunday. Here West Indian was kind of weak in like a kind of process to win, and then I get back on track here. But
Obviously, after the win in Alberta, we celebrated a little bit, but then next day got right back on track. Had a couple practices in Calgary, a lot of film, and then we got here last night, had a practice today, more film to come, and we're just ready to go.
Goal, what did they say about Kat? 16 years old, playing well above his years, just an unbelievable talent at this level.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome to watch him grow this year. From the first game to game 7, you can see he's just gotten so much more confident, and he doesn't play like a 16-year-old. But more than just Cash, we have a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds on our team. I'm really proud of those guys. They've really come into their own, and at game 7, they weren't playing like 16-year-olds. They were playing like 50-year vets, so that was pretty cool to see.
Josh, tell me what you feel when you look at Lord Minto.
Feel nervous, shivers up the back. It's, I've had my family been here before. They've played as a Raider when they came, so second gen here, so we'll see.
Right, last call for questions. Emma?
Thank you.
All right, we will move along to the Poco Saints. So Josh Wall, if you want to come up, say some words and introduce your guys.
So I want to say thanks to the Adanacs for hosting us. Garrett and Gord and your crew. I know it takes a lot of work and hours, and so thank you for that. First time in history for Poco Saints. We're pretty excited to be here. That's what it is. So we've got our head coach, Travis Cornwall, and Captain Great Lake.
And that you guys do expedition.
And so I can send this there.
He didn't. I'll start with you, Braden. What's it been like playing 18 million as a rookie, 50 or junior, and then coming back and being with this group at Roy, be large and experience at Roll with some alpha makes.
Playing 18 games in the NLL, I mean, it's a lot of experience, a lot of learning from a lot of veteran guys on that team. What I can bring back from that experience is my experience from the guys. I can bring the teachings back, bring little life lessons back. I can, bring little tips and tricks here and there.
So as your coach, obviously, maybe this week, but 10 to 10, we're not telling you back here. What's it like kind of walking down every lane?
Yeah, I'm here all the time, right? And like, I'm just looking at it right here. And that was such a special time for that lacrosse team and for Coquitlam lacrosse. Like, it was the first Minto Cup championship we'd ever won. And then just how we parlayed that into many years. Like, when I look across here, there's 3 players that I coached on Coquitlam right now. So that's an interesting experience. Can't wait until you guys graduate and I don't have to deal with coaching against any players that I coached anymore. Yeah, special place. Love looking at the banner, but we're looking to put up our own. So
That was one of the best junior teams probably, of all time. Too, maybe it's never you kind of remember about that team.
Just how close the team was. That team was primarily from the Coquitlam area, so we all grown up together. The guys that we added, Mark Matthews, right, just gelled right away, and just how much of a battle it is, right? And as good as we were, how tough it was. Yeah.
Josh mentioned, history here for the city of Poco, and I think Josh and Joe Matrick just named Executive of the Year in the BCJ. So obviously they've done a good job just talking about the job that they have done, giving you the tools and the players on your roster to get to this one.
Yeah, when we came in 3 years ago to the Saints, it was about having a plan, right? What was the plan at that point? And, they put something forward that they were also very open to what me and my brother were bringing forward at that point, for like suggestions. So just working together for the last 3 years has been awesome to see what we were able to accomplish. So, and there's so many people behind the scenes too. Like me and Braden were sitting up here, you know, Josh and Dave, they get the award, but there's so many people behind the scenes that, you know, you don't really see every day. So I think about our training staff, Phil and Malcolm, they bring in like all the different people to help us be successful. And then I think about like my brother, like his wife, they have a 3-month-old at home, and my brother won't go home for 4 days straight because he'll work as a firefighter, then go substitute teach, then go back to firefighting, and then leave for 4 days on the weekend to go play lacrosse. And, you know, she's keeping everything together at home while he's away. So there's so many people behind the scenes that make this possible, that I really want to, you know, show my thanks to.
We're grit, right? Like what Travis said 3 years ago coming in, we were 1-13, right? Just as Travis said earlier, how hard it was to win a Minto. It's been that hard to come from 1-13 team now to playing in a Minto Cup.
Yeah, Braden's the identity of our team. So, like all the captains, no, this is the truth. The captains of the Poco Saints, they all understand because they're part of the same club. The captain, we have one, everyone's a leader in their own way, but we have one captain, one person. They are the person that everyone looks to. Braden's that guy.
I grew up with Braden. Talk a little bit about Silas down in at the deadline. How the Raiders both gained this for a lot since when the team was that transition did like just kind of bounce on and play.
I mean, obviously Silas is a world-class player. He really brings the energy to our offense that I think we needed earlier in the year. Yeah, like he's a very emotional leader that he's really come in and bought in and really brought the group together. Yeah.
Braden, where do you score a cup?
I'll leave that for the game.
Nets are a little smaller though, Braden.
And no
spoon. Yeah.
All right, last call for questions.
Thanks.
All right, and lastly, the hosting Coquitlam Adanacs. So I believe Pat Coyle is going to come up, say some words, and then introduce his team.
Just congratulations to Orangeville and Raiders and Poco for getting here. It's a fucking big accomplishment to get here. So just want to say congrats to you guys. And just sort of thinking about the staffs of each individual team and how, like, I go, oh, that guy was here and that guy was here, and how many people have like sort of real special experiences in this arena. And you know, I'm so happy that the Minto gets to be played in this arena, just, you know, partly because of guys like Les and Doc, but just I don't know, each team has really positive experience in this arena. And I'm really hoping that a lot of these guys, a lot of these players get to experience that too here. Just, I don't know, I find this is a really special place here, and we're really lucky to have this tournament here. So just thanks for making this happen. Thanks to all the people that work behind the scenes and do this. It's nice to just be able to coach and not really have to worry about any of that stuff. And the group that's behind us really allows us to do that. So thanks a lot for that. I'm just going to call up our captain, Ty Banks, assistant captain, David Charney, and Ramo Shinato and Jackson Fridge. Thanks.
Okay.
Travis was talking about that 2010 team, and just the collection of local guys. This team kind of here that you got a lot of local guys that have grown up together. What's it like kind of going about what kids you played with your whole?
It's something super special, right? I mean, we've all been playing minor together since mini tyke, basically.
all gone to the same school together. So it's a really, really special connection that you get to share. And I mean, playing on a stage like the Minto Cup with guys you've grown up with and been playing with your whole life is something super special. And we're all just looking forward to it and trying to take in everything as we go through the tournament. So.
As for Jackson, you guys are the only team who was in the middle last year, coming back. What was that experience like, and what did you take them? Probably not the consider result of last year.
Yeah, so we came up short last year, which was a big blow to a lot of people, and going back to school is definitely something to look back on for the past couple of months. And then after those couple 3 months, just the grind started all over again, whether it be at school. And once school ended, everybody coming back, all the experience back in one group, and it's been a good grind this season.
Your head coach, his jersey never hangs in the rafters here. Pretty legendary guy in the city of Coquitlam. He's a former Orangeville guy himself. But he's a guy that's got the job done twice with this team. How much confidence does that instill into your group, knowing that you got a head guy that has claimed the big one twice?
Yeah, with the coaching staff changes from last year to this year, coming in, obviously didn't know what to expect at first, but see him, all his accomplishments, all his achievements throughout the year. You obviously have lots of faith in what he brings to you and what he brings to the team. And yeah, once you kind of get to know him and settle in, it's really just all trust, listening to what he tells you, learning from his experiences and his findings throughout his career. And all really kind of is what led us to the successful point we're at right now.
Talk about Jeff Cass, what he's meant to the group, because he's a big part of your back end and the success that this team has. How much confidence does he have and to give you guys when he's playing the way he is?
Jack's a huge personality, and I think he definitely shows that in his play. We have immense confidence looking back and seeing Cask in net, and I think he's debatably one of the best goalies in the league, and I think that definitely helps our defense out. So, yeah.
As for time, obviously playing at home pretty well, maybe a little bit of pressure to family and friends around. That's kind of a full experience.
Yeah, it's definitely adds a little bit of extra pressure being on our home court, home court advantage, a lot of things kind of playing into our hand, but we're just kind of trying to take it one day at a time, not think about all the exterior pressure and just focus on our group and what we can do. But it's surreal at the same time. You dream about it growing up, and now that you're finally here, we all have the opportunity to play a Minto Cup on our home floor, and a floor that we all feel very comfortable on. So, it definitely adds a little bit of extra pressure knowing that all of our family and friends are going to be here watching us. But at the same time, I think we're all looking forward to that challenge, and I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens, but yeah.
And Cody's go back with the playoffs again. It's been having him back and just
Cody's an unreal player. Just like last year too, he kind of just came right in, fit right in with all of us. We've all had the opportunity to play with him for the most part, just through Team BC and stuff like that growing up. So we all kind of knew Cody pretty well before he even came in. But he definitely adds an extra level to our offense. He grabs the attention of the top defender on pretty much every team we play against. So, but he always rises up to that challenge, and he's a special player for sure.
Jackson again have a press conference and I talked about vaccination. Just start with what the score that they give to you guys, and then maybe let the other teams know what they can expect here for the next week.
The support from Nax Nation is massive. They were here last year, didn't have the title of Nax Nation just yet, but it's always, every team knows when they're coming into our arena and they hear Nax Nation behind them, whether it's Adam Bland last year or any team in the future playing against them, they know they're going to get a word from Nax Nation, whether it be good or bad.
All right, you guys are good. Thanks, fellas.
Ty, don't go too far yet. We're gonna do a quick picture with all four of the captains and the cup here. So, Ron, if I could get you just move the cup to the middle of the table for us, we'll get the four captains up here.
No one wants to touch this thing. Yeah, yeah. Not yet. All right. Now, Star Wars. Kept going. Middle, I'll put it over here for you. There's.
Get those mic moves out of the way.
There, didn't break any. Dude. Rock. I said lid. Here.
I'm gonna get fined for that.
The beat and bank hands out and
Jefferson. Maybe.
somebody starts sweetening later is fine.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, that's pretty much going to wrap things up here. So just a reminder, the games get underway tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Poco taking on Orangeville. And then the Raiders will face off against the Adanacs at 8 p.m. with the opening ceremonies going in between the two. So thanks to everybody for coming out, and good luck in the tournament.
And I